There's so much I could say about how it all happened. Things changed fast. Plans shifted, my body, my mind, my faith, they were all tested. It wasn't easy, but I wasn't alone. And somehow through the chaos and the unknown, grace met me there. This is my birthing vlog.
I don't know what I'm recording because it won't let me do flash on the other side.
For 14 days, I could barely eat, move, or breathe. Day 14, I finally started to feel better until shivers ran down the entire left side of my body. I thought that was weird and went to the ER. My blood pressure was at stroke level. Oh, and I was 8 months pregnant. And that's when they decided to induce me. My dream was to give birth in a calm, homey birthing center, not a sterile hospital room. But God had other plans. He knew that I would have complications after birth, but we'll get to that later. Luckily, insurance covered every penny at the hospital, and thank God it did, because that bill, it was pushing $50,000. Sometimes the path you didn't choose still ends up being a blessing. When I look back at the time I gave birth, it all feels like a blur. Like I was in a daze, floating through moments that should have felt monumental, but instead I felt small. I watch the birthing videos now and they bring tears to my eyes, not just because of the beauty, but because of how low I felt inside. Pregnancy wasn't glamorous for me. It didn't look like the perfect pictures I'd seen on social media. I carried a lot more than just my baby. I carried shame. I felt like my growing belly was proof of my own sin, and that crushed me. But what I didn't realize then is that God was right there, in the middle of my pain, in the middle of my guilt. He wasn't condemning me. He was actually covering me. Because guilt and shame, that's not from Him. That's from the enemy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
In January of 2021, 5 months before I gave birth, a family friend who didn't even know I was pregnant told me I was birthing a warrior. At the time, I thought she meant spiritually, but now I know she meant both. Because my daughter is a warrior, and so am I. Looking at the girl in the video, I barely recognize her. I was broken, I was hurting, I was prideful, but I was never alone. And I don't even know how I was all three at the same time. But God was working through it all, taking what the enemy meant for evil and turning it into something beautiful. Even in my sin, He still loved me enough to make me a mother, to trust me with a soul as precious as my Soleil. And through this journey, He's been building something in me too, a warrior spirit, one that's still growing. The word says He wrote out every day of our lives before the foundation of the earth, that we were knitted together in our mother's wombs, that we were created with purpose. And now I live every day walking in that purpose, raising a warrior, becoming one, and knowing that His grace was never withheld from me, not even for a moment.
There we go. Yeah, it's all good. You're a warrior. You're a warrior.